All right, folks, it's the guy with the bow tie checking with you live for another Business with Benefits. Thank you, Team Replay. Please, if you're Team Live, throw the hashtag Team Live. Let us know where you're watching from. To my right, I have the wonderful Dr. Kim McNair, who are doing the coronavirus edition of the show because nobody can get outside right now.
I'm not liking that title there.
Too soon. But we're doing the life. Your life is the main event. Kim is a phenomenal person when it comes to planning and events and marketing and everything that nature. So please, for the people that haven't seen you, let them know why they should listen to you.
Oh, wow. Why should you listen to me? Well, I mean, I've been around a little while. I started my company in 91, so I think I have a little bit to say, a little bit of experience, some expertise when it comes to what I do. But I am Kim McNair, Dr. Kim McNair of KMP, Kim McNair Productions, and which is a event planning and marketing firm. We're very unique. We do, we can come in. We don't. Okay, let me stop. We don't do weddings. Okay, let me go on and put that disclaimer out. Let me go ahead. I know my niche.
Yeah.
So I don't do weddings. Don't call me for no baby showers. More corporate events. Very, very heavy on logistics when it comes to the things that you're not thinking of. So basically, you call me. I sit down with you and you say, "Look, this is what I want. This is how I need it to be done." And I'm just going to bring you to life. I'm going to create your star quality event. In what I do. And if you want services a la carte, I mean, I have some people that just want, can you just stage manage? Can you just do production management of this event or what I'm doing? And the reason why is Kim McNair Productions, because everything that I do is a production. And of course, some that may be watching knows me from my TV, the TV side of me, which is Women on the Move Live, which I executive directed and produced that as well. So, gosh, so that's one reason why you should listen to me. The founder, founder and executive director of BWEP. A lot of people hear that now. What's BWEP? It's Business Women Empowerment Project, and that is my nonprofit organization, which falls in line with Women on the Move.
Okay. I'm typing it for the comments for people to know how to follow it. Empowerment Project. There we go.
Oh, BWEP, Business Women Empowerment Project, Inc. I guess that's the nonprofit. But most people know me from Women on the Move. That's Kim McNair, that Woman on the Move, because that brand I started some time ago before I had my nonprofit. Because this is my 5th year anniversary for BWEP. I'm really excited about it. But Women on the Move, Women on the Live, doing my summit. I've been doing my Women on the Move summit for 7 years. This is our 7th annual coming up in September.
Okay. Yes. Perfect. And then when you look at your profile, people will see 28 years. So I'm guessing you started your career when you were 5 years old, because otherwise the math doesn't make sense.
I was a little girl. Well, I mean, I they see that because I started my company. I moved to Orlando in 90. So I started McNair Productions in 91, coming out of the New York, New Jersey area. So when I got there, that's when I started with $500 in a dream.
Okay.
Yes,
I love it. And we're in Women's History Month, so this is very appropriate to have you on here because you have a ton of history behind you. So for everybody kind of like going through this change and everything right now, planning and trying to figure out their business, talk about your start, because you started out with $500 in a dream. So talk about your beginning with your business in 91.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So I retired from the entertainment industry, I'll say, modeling industry. So when I retired, I moved to Orlando, the home of Mickey Mouse and Universal Studios. And I just saw there was a lot of things going on that I was used to. I was like, why? Where's the bright lights, big city? What's going on? And I didn't see a lot of that. So I had to look back. I kind of sat back and I looked and I said, okay, what can I do? And my creative spirit just started. I said, you know what? I have to create this. I'm going to have to introduce Orlando to Kim, to what I know how to do. And, I got on the phone. I talked to some people back at home. I said, look, I want to do a fashion show, but I want to do a New York fashion show. And that's kind of how I started. I did my very first fashion show, had over 350 people come out. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it myself. I was floored. But I went out and the promotional marketing side of me, I went boots on the ground. No one knew me. And I just I'm going to make some flyers. I'm going to the clubs. I'm going to the community center. I'm going to the schools. I'm going wherever the people are and let them know, come to this event. Come to this. I recruited models. Because I was a professional model. All you got to do is come to rehearsal. I got your makeup. I got the clothes. I just need you. And we were in it together. It wasn't just about me. It also helped to build a lot of self-esteem and helped to grow their self-confidence. I had models of all shapes and sizes as a part of my shows, and they loved it. We had a great time. I did it annually, and it took notice to a lot of people. And it was like, well, wait a minute, how is this girl getting people together? So that's kind of how that marketing piece. So see, a lot of people talk about, well, I and not that I didn't go to school, but a lot of people, they go and they get book smart. I got street smarts because and I always say these two gentlemen, they took this little brown girl right here. They said, look, come here, little brown girl. Let me show you something. And I always give credit to Stan Latham out of Carolina. All right. I always give credit to him because he said and now Stan, if anybody knows Stan, they know that he was the one who created the Kings of Comedy.
Okay.
BET comedy shows that toured. He taught me how to do radio buys, how to market, how to promote. Okay, Marvin Webster out of LA. He used to do all the plays that used to come through through Atlanta, through all the South. He said, I'm going to teach you and show you how this works. And we start having sellout shows. When you start selling out arenas, then everything changes. Everything changes. So I really learned from the best. They taught me a lot. I built a lot of relationships. And that's one thing that I try to teach women now in what I'm doing. It's all about relationships. You need to know your niche. Don't try to be everything for everybody. You have to perfect your craft. It's important that you know what you're doing before you go on to the next thing. I have several brands. I got KMP, that's a brand. I got BWP, which is Business Women Empowerment Project. That's a brand. I have Women on the Move, which is my summit, Women on the Move Summit. That's a brand. And then I also have my TV show, which I completed 4 successful seasons, which is on break now because I'm trying to explore and learn this digital world. Because if I'm going to do it right. And I got to make sense. So those are all the brands that I work through. And of course, I go out and I speak and do different things. But one thing I learned from back then, when starting with that $500 in a dream, is really being able to observe and build relationships. Every person that I pulled together to say, hey, I want you to be a part of this show, there was a relationship built. Okay, trust. And I had to deliver on what I asked them to do, and vice versa. I needed them to deliver. And I mean, the biggest fashion show I've ever had 1,000 attendees. That's a lot of people. But with the relationships I had back at home, bringing in designers who designed for Mary J. Blige, Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston. Those are the designers that I was bringing into Orlando to do the shows. I would bring guest models in. Kenya Moore was in one of my fashion shows. So Tyson Beckford was a part. So I worked with some of the best, but then when I got to the marketing and promotional side of what I was doing, I worked with people like Jamie Foxx. I worked on the Coors tour. I worked with Mac for 3 years. So I was learning at all of those things to get me to where I am now. So when people see, they say, well, what does she do? Believe me, it's been a lot of hard work put into being able to be where I am today. And now to be dealing with what we're dealing with right now, it's all about, I've already, I'm not saying I'll never fall or fail, but I've fallen. And I've had to get up. I've had to learn. So although this is a tough time for all of us, okay, because I'm in the event world. I said I have an event planning and marketing firm. That means that I'm in the middle of planning events. And what happened? Everything shut down. So how do I continue to move on? How do I continue to make it? First, I don't panic. So if any woman is out there, if anybody, do not panic. You have to trust the process. You take this opportunity right now to start getting your strategy and getting your stuff in order. Okay? Because there's other things that you can do. there's other things you're going to have to do. See, you have to be creative. And see, that's the thing that God has given me. And I know how you feel about that, but I know my purpose, and it's to serve.
Mm-hmm.
God has given me that spirit, that purpose to serve. So I know the things that I need to do. So as long as I continue to serve, no matter what I've done as a profession at any capacity, from doing the events, from doing the TV show, from doing my summit to help bring exposure. And the TV show was all about giving exposure for women in business. It was to give women a platform to get the exposure they couldn't get. That's what the show. People say, why are you not charging people to come on your show? People charge. I said, because that's not what was given to me.
Right.
I know how hard it is. I already had boots on the ground. I work from the ground up. So I want to create this to give women the opportunity so people can see who they are, and vice versa. So it's not only giving them exposure, but it's exposing the people who's watching.
Yep.
What they had, it was a win-win, and it was great, and it's going to continue to be great. And you have to feel and look at it that way. You cannot say, "Oh well, okay, what is this?" You have to keep your self-confidence up. Yeah. And I had to learn that as a little brown girl, because I was, as you can see, I'm a brown girl. So confidence building was number one for me. Okay. So, for me going into an industry at the time that I did, I was the only Black in a whole lot of things that I did. Okay. But I learned from that. I didn't use it as a crutch. I didn't use it as, oh, well, yeah, I'm entitled. No. I earned every doggone thing that I had, being the teen dynamic beauty of Bergen County, New Jersey, and placing fourth for the state of New Jersey. Being the only brown girl.
Yep.
You understand? So a lot of hard work goes into that. So I'm very passionate about what I do, and the clients that I have and the people that I've had the pleasure of working with in this industry, they see that. They know. They say, okay, she's authentic. She's for real. And now that I have the experiences that I have, Daryl, I can smell some mess a mile away.
Well, I'm going to share some comments. But
I bow down gracefully. And I just move on.
But there's no mess in our comments. Let me check in with the audience real quick. We had Jacqueline Charles. Jackie said hi from Jacqueline Charles with the Women Are Worthy show. She's a great radio host out here. Chris Rangel said hello, everybody. Tiffany Cornish, David Tad to Chandra. I'm not going to mess with the last name. Adosi. I don't want to mess it up. But we do have a question. L. Mackenzie Mack, PhD. She said, over time, what have you learned to do to establish or maintain partnerships or mutually beneficial relationships that support your business?
Okay, Rip, say it again. I got to move a little closer.
Over time, what have you learned to do to establish or maintain partnerships for mutually beneficial relationships that support your business?
Oh, what do I? It's important that I let them know that I'm not always looking for something. How can I serve you? I maintain those relationships by keeping communication going. Okay. Seeing if there's an opportunity for us to collaborate on something, but not always asking for something. Saying, I always say, what can I do? How can I serve you? What is it that I can do you? How's everything going? Is there anything I can do for you? And I'll give a prime example. One of my partners this morning, she has an event establishment. And she says, Kim, this is my livelihood. I'm not booking any events. I don't have any weddings. I have nothing going on here. And I was like, okay, what can I do? So I go through I was like, okay, here, this company's giving out free. This is grant money. This ain't a loan. SBA, great. They're giving loans. But here, Visa, Kim, here's all these people. Call these people, see if you can get in to get the grants. And, although I was checking in on her, just really trying to help. And so what I do to maintain my relationships is I send to make sure I still send Christmas cards. I still send a Christmas card. And I just check in every now and then, if it's an email or even a phone call. But I always try to make sure that I keep that line of communication and that connection going, because there's power in the connection. And if there's something that I'm doing and I have an opportunity to invite them as a special guest, you know what? Be my special guest. I have a seat for you at this event. Why don't you come out? Come and be a part of this. Now, for me, when I talk about events, my client is someone that has a budget for a planner. Now, if your company, if you have something, okay, I'll use a nonprofit. Okay, a nonprofit with a budget. They have to do so many fundraisers a year. Well, you want to contract KMP, and that's my job. You don't have to take your staff away from anything. I am do all the things that you need. I'm going to check in. We're going to meet. I'll get my team together of what I need to do. But you don't have to take them away from the daily work that they have to do for me to pull everything together for you.
Okay.
And I have some corporate companies as well that the same thing. They look, I need you to set up a golf outing for me, my team, this and that. I'm going to go to the golf course. I'm going to set all that up. I'm going to pull everything together. I'm going to make sure hotels are set up. All those things is what I'm going to do for you. So I'm thinking about parking. I'm thinking about logistically, how they're going to get there, how the walking in, what's the weather, what's the distance? Are we talking about doing something and you're talking, I got to look at the weather, the outdoors, the indoors, easy access, all the things that they don't need to be thinking about. Because some people don't look at that. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that. So all those things matter to me when I'm putting something together for my clients. Now, my partners, my vendors, or the decor. I can do decor. I put up plenty of pipe and drape. I done did it all. Okay. So again, when I talk, I'm talking because I've experienced and done it myself. So now I have companies that I work with, AV companies. Okay. Decor, caterers, people that I work with that I can, that I have a relationship with, that we work together. And some of us work on multiple events together. If that's needed. And it all depends on the budget of the client. Somebody say, hey, well, Kim, I'm doing this. I want to, okay, well, let me work on that. I mean, from graphics design to production. Okay. Did you see the video that we did for Women's History Month? Michelle was in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Great video too.
It's like, yes, Kim McNair, right. So that's a part of some of the things that I do. And I just we got together and said, look, we want to highlight some women, some unsung heroes. Some women have done some things and people don't know who they are and have not heard about them. And that's how that came about. Yep. Again, I'm an advocate for women in business because I know how hard it was for me. And I know it took a lot. And I know someone reached back and said, let me help you. Let me show you something. Come here, come over here. Let me show you how to do this. I directed Black Expo Orlando for 3 years. That's some work. That experience, I was able to learn how to bring corporate and the community together. Because I was doing it in a city where, number one, the Traveling Black Expo was saying, no, we ain't coming into Orlando. It's just not, the demographics not there. I said, oh, they're here. We're here. No, they don't see. See, they just saw Disney. They didn't see the community.
Yeah.
Okay. So a gentleman by the name of Wayne Freeman said, look, we're going to do Black Expo here in Orlando. So I said, okay, let's do it. So first we have to educate the community because they've never had one. So I got with BET. Back then it was Prince Dejour. Remember Prince Dejour? Yes. I got BET on the line and they came in. We did a family fun day in the park. We called it Black Family Fun Day. They set up the stage. We had people, local rappers, singers come out, and we had a big picnic in the park, totally free. But we need the community to start coming together and unifying as for Black folks, other than the stuff that they were doing. Okay. Then, all right. So we did that to kind of bring the community to start introducing them to what Black Expo was all about. It's about commerce. It's about lifting up Black businesses. It's about giving you the exposure. So we did that. That was the first thing. Then I had to say, okay, now I got to get corporate America on board. I got to get these corporate guys to buy into this Black Expo. So how am I going to do that? I planned a golf tournament. So I said, oh, I got you guys. I got you. All right. So I a golf tournament. So I got all my corporate folks, my Pepsis and my AT&Ts and all those folks. I said, hey, we're doing, we put the golf tournament together, and then we had 19 holes, and we had lunch, and we had time to explain and show them what Black Expo was all about. And they bought into it. They were like, okay, we're behind this. And so I was able to put that corporate, because they were, you think about Pepsi, they were already in the community. We're drinking that stuff. They're dropping off, cases of drinks at the stores. But what are you doing for the community? Come on, guys, we got to come together. And so those are the things that I had to learn and do to build Black Expo Orlando. So that experience was amazing. We did that. Our first year, we had let's see. Oh, and we did a press conference at City Hall. So Mayor Glenda Hood was the mayor. She was behind it. So we had a major TV broadcast, which was BT on our side. Oh God, Alan Payne came out. Brian McKnight. Oh, we did a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. We did
everybody.
Oh yes, we did. We had a great time. Bronner Brothers came out and helped with the fashion show part because we had that, the expo, you had entertainment on the stage, but we had vendors from all over the US there. It was great. And that was an experience of a lifetime. And I don't regret anything that I learned or did with that. And like I said, I show directed it for 3 years. It gave me the great experience. I learned so much from corporate America, learning more about the community coming together, supporting one another. But it was all about serving. It was serving. It was all about serving the people and getting them together. And I'm just kind of just jumping here and there. But of course, there's a lot more details to it. But again, I just want people that are watching that don't know Kim McNair or know anything about Dr. Kim McNair to know that this is what I do. This is embedded in me when it comes to that. And when I'm putting something together, or I'm doing something, I'm promoting, or if I'm working on a project or an event, believe you me, I've done the research, I've done the time, and there's a meaning behind it. There's always a purpose. There's always a purpose. So
let me check in real quick with the audience.
I'm available for hire now. I do have some contracts ongoing, but
I know you do. Real quick, we had Chris said, I appreciate this tip about what to focus on in this time. So thank you, Chris Rangel, for that. Charlie McCant said, great insights for anyone. Dwayne Bennett said, don't panic, get prepared.
That's right. Don't panic, baby. Get prepared. That's see, this is preparation time right now. A lot of people don't understand. This is not a punishment. You're supposed to be preparing. You're supposed to trust the process. You need to now start, kind of gathering and pulling all your things together. Okay. All right. And what I was telling people, I did a Facebook Live. I know I'm live on LinkedIn. I did a Facebook Live and I was telling them, okay, now you need to lay out your meals. You got to prepare your meals right now because you got to be in for 14 days. Although this is my 9th day. I thought now when they said the first time down, I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to pause right now. I'm going to pause. They told me 9 days ago, we're going to start 15 days. That Mr. Fauci, and the president was on the TV, said 15 days. I'm on day 9. I don't know what you're doing. I'm not starting another 14. At the 14 days, I'm going out.
There you go.
I need to get my hair done. As you can see, I got to get my nails done. I'm going outside in 14 days. So
we're going to see you outside.
One of y'all, but I'm on 9.
Well, I want to break that down a little bit. Yes. We mentioned we're in this different season. Things are kind of changing. So why do you think people don't spend that logistic mind on planning their life? Because, I mean, you can easily say with a party or a vacation, people get very logistical. They're like, where's the hotel? How far away is it? For stuff like that. But why is it people don't have that logistics for their business or their life, you think?
And they should, because, again, it's all in planning. And your life is an event. Look, the main event was the day you were born.
Yep.
That was the main event. The day that you came out, that was the best event of your life. Because you had, at that point, you have the opportunity to go on. But yes, they need to plan it out. They need to plan out their meals. I was getting ready to talk about meals. You need to be planning out your bills. Because once you come out of this, you need to figure out who's getting what, how, for those that are trying to figure out who's going to get paid. We're up 7 days away from the first. Now, I know they talk about stimulus money. That don't pay my mortgage. But anyway, they talk about the stimulus money and all that. Guys, that is not you. Anybody in business and anybody I had know that $1,200 is not going to do for no month. Okay. So you have to lay everything out. So you have to have put together your big ideas. Is there anything that you wanted to do, or if there's something you want to expand in your business, or something else that you have over here in the pocket that you have not had an opportunity to try, this is your time.
Yep.
This is your time to try. What you got to lose? You're stuck in the house for 14 days. What do you have to lose? You can do all your research right now, right? You can do your research. You can do everything you need to do to start laying out, outlining it, putting together. You can do a doggone business plan right now if you want to. You can add on to your company. You can put it under your corporation. However you want to do it, but this is the opportunity to do now, and to think of things that you're going to be able to do that's going to bring you income without you having to do so much work. You're going to still have to work. I know everybody's talking about, oh, we can go online. We're going to start these bulletproof, I guess you can say bulletproof, but you're going to now be able to do these businesses where money's just going to come in. It's going to take some work because you got to build it out. You got to lay it out. And it ain't going to be just like that. It becomes just like that. It's going to be gone just that quick.
Yep.
Okay. Anything worth having is going to take time, hard work, and dedication. So why don't you take this time right now to put in some hard work, some hard time and dedication? If you wanted to rebrand, bam, this is your opportunity to say, you know what? I'm going to switch up my logo. I'm going to rebrand this thing. When I come out of these 14 days, when COVID-19 is over, they're going to see bam, bam, 2020. I'm serious. You think I'm serious. You need to think like that. I'm getting up every morning. I'm taking my devotion time. I'm meditating. I'm trying to hear and listen to things that I may be missing, because again, we'll miss stuff with all this social media, the TV. It's stuff going by so fast. You got to pull away. You got to shut it down and say, okay, let me take a few minutes. Let me just close my eyes. Let me just think and listen. And sometimes when you get into that quiet place, all types of things start coming at you. And then the creative spirit will start working. Mine is in the morning. I'm very creative in the AM. Now, when it gets past 6 o'clock or so, then I want to know what's on TV. I might want to see what I want to do, unless I'm on a deadline or working on something. But other than that, in the evening time, because I am a mom, and I was a single mom for quite a bit. I mean, my kids are going on, hallelujah. but I had to plan, and see, that's the other thing. Plan that time management ain't no joke. You as a female, as a woman, and we all know that if there's any women that are watching and listening, we are the best time management people in the world. Okay, because we can. They used to talk about how we can buy it, shop it, cook it, fry it up in the pan. We can do all that. We can do it, because if anybody can manage a household, children, a job, and a husband, girl, you're a bad sister. And I mean, that's some work right there. But be able to do it on a daily basis and be successful at it. There are many, many successful women that are doing that are raising their children, that have a family. They are doing it. They don't get the credit that they should, but they're managing and doing it every day. And some of them are doing it and don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Okay. But as a single mom, I had to plan my day out. So that means the first half of the day was I had to do so much, and I had to get the kids up, get them out, get this going. Then I had to, do the things I need to do. Damn, they coming in. Okay, all right, what I got to do? My kids love baked food. I ain't fried. You know why? Because you got to stand there and watch it. So I baked my food so they can go in the oven, and I can help them with homework and do the things I needed to do. I didn't have to stand over it. So they were eating healthy and didn't even know it, but it was a strategy behind that, because I didn't stand over no stove. But again, everything that I'm speaking on is just about how well you want to lay out what you're doing. You got to strategize, and I know people saying strategy, but it's just putting your plan together. Write it down, make it plain. It's going to make everybody run who reads it. The Bible verse.
But wait, real quick, let me check in real quick. Dwayne Bennett said yes, trust the process. And Chris Rangel thinks you're in Florida still. She's in Atlanta now, but he said she isn't far from me. I'm here at 10 minutes from Leesburg, Florida, and 30 minutes from Orlando.
I'm in Atlanta now. I used to be in Orlando.
So quick question. And then we had another comment. Dwayne said, "I know that's right. $1,200 isn't gonna do it." So he agrees with you on that stimulus money. But
nope.
With that conversation about women being able to plan and all that, do you think that comes from a place of just having to make it happen, or there's goals they're trying to achieve? Because sometimes they say people run towards goals or they run away from pain. So what do you think is the most effective way for people to get into planning if they're not good at planning?
Look, The pain they're in right now, I agree with that. The pain they're in right now is going to get them on the planning stage. Okay, because they need to be. Everybody's trying to figure out how they're gonna make it happen. Look at all the people in the service industry that just had to goodbye. I'm sorry, we got to shut the door. They have to plan how I'm going to make this last, whatever their check was or is. How I'm going to make this last until they decide to say we're open for business. We're going to open everything up. They keep extending these 14 days. I know people going crazy. Another 14. I'm not doing another 14. I told you. I'm fed up with 14 days. So that already is making some people frustrated. But we have to have faith and perseverance. We have to have patience, guys. Okay. And if you're not a good planner, I'm just encouraging you to sit down and say, okay, put the calendar out on the table, get you a notepad and say, okay, by this time next month, I want to be here. Or by this time the next month, I want to just start somewhere. If it's just next week, okay? Because this is the end of that last week of the month. We all know is the tough one. All right? It is. Oh, that's the truth. That last week of the month is the kicker. All right. And for those people that are waiting for the first to come around, because you got people that get paid the 15th and the 31st or the 15th and the first of the month. And you have some people that get a monthly check. Okay. Everybody don't get paid every week. You know that.
Yep.
So people are trying to stretch, already trying to get to the first. And now they're trying to get to the first. And they may say this may be my last check. Or this when is the next thing coming in? Or it may be short because they got cut off early last week. They're trying to figure out. So you got to sit down, guys, and plan on your next move and how you're going to make this happen and what you're going to do. Think about those gifts and talents that you have. What is it has been inside as you always wanted to do? We spend, well, I don't, but I have. But a lot of people spend hours and hours for these companies. Everybody right now got a side hustle. I know top executive GMs got a side hustle. So for those people that are saying, I've been putting all this time in, I got a girlfriend that's been doing 23 years at a company. And I said, so you're going to retire? She said, yeah, I'm going to retire in a couple of years. I said, so what you going to do? You know what she told me after giving these people? I don't know. I said, you don't know? I said, you need to start thinking. You done gave these people 23, almost about to give them 25 years of your life. You will never get it back. Now, you may have a good pension. I don't know. But what are you going to do? Think about what you always wanted to do. So I have her thinking right now at 60 years old, my friend at 60, thinking about what she's going to do when this is over with her tomorrow. We're going to shut the doors. We're not going to do this no more. You're going to have to take early retirement. She's going to be good because she has no plan. So start thinking now. Wait, you do it for yourself. I'll say that again. Don't wait for anybody or you take this opportunity and start.
I like that. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. That's a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, think about what you always wanted to do. Everybody has something that they always wanted to do, but they never stepped out and tried. You won't succeed unless you fail. So you got to try it. I failed at some things. Every event wasn't a sure shot. Something, dang, this was a flop. What did I do wrong? I had to go back and reevaluate it and say, okay. So you learn by your mistakes and you keep pressing on, you keep going forward. I evolved from doing fashion shows to doing events in concert halls to going on doing corporate events now and things that I continue. I still do conferences and things that my summit every year. That's in September 24th, by the way. And that's a day I have. It started out with just women, and then I got to bring guys in. We got to bring men in and get them on platform because we got to do business together. We have to build those relationships. There's still some big men at the top, and we need to be their friend, not that kind of friend, but we need to be their friend. We need to be able to connect with them. I have to be careful because some people Daryl. So you have to understand you need to be able to have those professional relationships and the connections. So we have to do business together. So in here, because we're at the table now. There's women that are running some companies that are getting CEO, CFO. They're getting the position.
Mm-hmm.
And all I ask every year, the women executives, those that I'm meeting and those that I introduce myself to, is I say, I'm asking you to give an hour, 2 hours of your time. You're already come and help somebody that's trying to get where you're going. This is your giving back. I'm asking you to come and share, okay, and talk with them. And they're gonna, and I tell the women who come, you better ask the question. Don't you sit there and talk about, yeah, okay. You better ask the question. I done brought the right person in the room to give you all the tools, the tricks, the things you need to know to get up that corporate ladder or to move your business or your product or your services forward. That's what Women on the Move Summit is all about. When they come in, they're getting the real deal. You may get a mentor, you may be able to get and sit down with someone, but you're going to get everything that I say that I'm going to bring to the table. You're going to receive that, and it's on you to take it and move. Now, I've had great testimonies. I've had people that get together and do some business together. I've had people get business from it. Michelle Teller Willis will be one to tell you. So people have made connections. They've collaborated with other people. They've created some great businesses together. And that's what it's for. It is for a platform for women. But now I'm opening up to men because we got to do business together. So Cassius Butts been a part of it. I know you know Cassius. He's been a part, being a part and doing some great things, in his area. And he came to share and do a lot. I had an all-male platform 1 year. So now I'm starting to incorporate men into the summit because, again, we have to do business together. But it's Women on the Move.
Perfect. Here's some quick comments real quick.
Because I'm an advocate for my.
I'll try to jump in. Sorry. Dwayne was talking about your devotion moment. He said, yes, devotion time. My wife and I look at one edition of the national news and one edition of local news a day and put in the work the rest of the day. Dwayne, I like that. Don't get too much in the news, kind of focus on what you're doing. And then Chris had a question real quick. He said, you have been in business in a long time since you've seen the 2008 recession. Should we expect a quick recovery here in the economy or slower and longer like the last time?
I think it'll be quicker. I don't think it'll be as slow. They're anxious already. You see that they're anxious to get it going right now. You see who's anxious. He's anxious. He's ready to get it going. So because of the experience we had back in 2008, 2009 back then, what is something? Okay, I don't know.
Live.
We are live. I was like, oh, what was that? But yes, it's I think we're going to recover a lot quicker because they're anxious right now, and we know that this is because of an illness. And I feel like once they get it under control, because now that I looked at South Korea and China, although we're kind of a little behind them, this is the United States of America. We better get it together, okay? Because we are the leaders, okay, of this one. We are the leaders. We always led, all right? And I'm big on leadership. So, we don't have the greatest leaders right now, but I'm great on leadership. And we have to, take control of what's going on. And I think that the scientists and the experts, if they can just really get in there and come together, and somebody else could just move aside just for a minute, just move over here and let them handle this, we can get a hold of it and get moving. But my prayer and my hope is, I feel this is my personal opinion, that it will not take as long. I think it will have a quick recovery. As soon as we can grab a hold of this and get this vaccine, get this thing underway, we can get back going and get moving. So, I ain't gonna say I'm not anxious, but I have to pray every day that things to get moving. I pray for the families that have lost loved ones. And I was just making a comment the other day that every time I look, all I see is the death of Corona, and I'm like, what happened? Nobody's dying from anything else anymore. Everything is the coronavirus. Like they pushed everybody else aside. Come on, But
I'm with you on that 1,000,000%.
Yeah, but I think on that. Keep it out there so people can see that people are really dying. I believe it. I believe that people are dying. We see it. We see it every day, and I just hope that everyone is safe and they practice covering their face up, doing their gloves. I have a mask. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Please wash your hands.
Please.
So, and doing that, and and we have, but we have to teach our young people. They're the ones catching it right now. As you know or may not know, my nonprofit BWP, I am still going to. I know was, but I've been planning my leadership program for high school girls, and we were to start on April the 4th. We were going to do the first 3 Saturdays in April because I was trying to do it through their spring break time, and get them prepared and ready, because a lot of the girls are going to be graduating, going to college, military. Some are already working. Some may go into workforce. Some may go to technical school. I'm not sure. That's their decision. But I put together this leadership program to help develop and get them ready for that crossover.
Okay.
So I've been working. Started back in September at the summit. I put it out there. I started the campaign September 2019 that I was doing this leadership program for high school girls. It was no special county. They can come from wherever. They just needed to sign up to be a part of it. And I'm telling you, I got everybody. It's full. We are at capacity. We are ready to go. The girls are ready to go. I mean, I had great speakers. Dr. Tanya Lowe was coming in to talk about leadership. I had an author, Nika Scott. She has a book called The Butterfly Girl. She was coming in to talk. This book was really going to help them with personal development, self-life skills for girls. And they were going to have an author come in, give an autographed copy of the book, but also talk from the book. So it was not going to be just talking heads. We were going to have interaction with the girls, and we still are. So Dr. Tanya Lowe was coming in to talk about leadership. I had Becky Davis, the chief bosspreneur. She's when you talk about entrepreneurship, she is the one. She was coming to talk to the girls, and she still will be coming to talk to the young ladies about entrepreneurship, because again, our children, they are so talented. It's not like it used to be. But I want you to understand that you can be, instead of following trends, you can be the trendsetter.
Yep.
Stop being a follower, be the leader. So those are the things that we're going to be instilling them. I had Shay Davis. She's a professional model, New York Fashion Week, Black Girls Rock. She's been on national platforms, and she was going to do the confidence building coming, because we have to build their confidence up. People out here trying to steal our girls, and they're dealing with a lot of pressure. They're dealing with a lot when it comes to bullying, everything. So we need to help make sure that we're building their confidence up, because my goal, my plan is to help them to be successful women, successful business women, successful universal leaders in whatever they try to do. And that was the whole purpose of putting this leadership program together. And so we had leadership, entrepreneurship. Wells Fargo's coming in to do financial literacy. Some of these girls work and they go into the check cashing place. They need to know what a bank account is all about. They need to manage their money. They're getting ready to go to college. You're going to get so much money, and this money got to last you. So they need to know that. Dr. Deborah Johnson was coming. Johnson Blake was coming to talk to them about time management. Now all these things I can do, but it's not about me. I'm pulling it together. Let me get the right people in front of them and give them that exposure, so that, and people that look like them, people that have been there and walked the walk. So I'm not bringing anybody in front of these young women, these young ladies that have not already done the work. So Dr. Deborah Johnson Blake was going to talk about time management. They're going to have to manage that time. It, especially if they go into school. When they go in the military, a lot of things are going to be planned out for them, but they still need to understand leadership. I don't care what you do. You need leadership skills in what you're doing, and you have to have self-confidence, and you have to know how to be a young lady.
Yep, and I'm real quick going to jump in for some comments we had come in. Sajal Mara, I'm probably saying her name wrong, so let me know if I butchered it. She said, love this. Dwayne Bennett had, thanks for planning encouragement. My side hustle is beauty salon, and I need to encourage my stylists to plan for when we open back up. What should I tell them? Well, listen, this is the key part. What should I tell them? They are all female millennials. So he has a salon that's closed down right now. But what did he tell them to do for when they open back up? Or even right now, I'll add to that. What did he tell them right now?
Right now, they need to be on taking some. They need to be doing some tutorials. They need to get them little heads. Back in the day, used to have them little heads. They need to be working on some new styles and what things that they can introduce. Because they, whatever they learned at the last hair show, or maybe they need to look at some new techniques. Some unique techniques, something that they can only do. okay, that nobody else can do. So they need to be working on some techniques. And when they get ready to open back up, have a customer appreciation day. Hey, we are open. We're back open for business. Do something that's going to rally the customers back in. Make sure that you are staying in contact with the customers that you have, the clients that you have. Hey, girl, I know we're dealing with the COVID-19. I'm just touching base with you. You know, XYZ. Make sure you communicate to them. Hey, we're getting ready to open back up on this date. And then, you know, the week before, the week of, the day before, and have them come out. Do something for the customers. You know, if you can. I know it's tight.
Yeah.
You know, you guys pull together. Okay, because you're all in this together. We are all in this together. Maybe you say, okay, girl, if you can put in so much, I put in so much, maybe we can offer something or whatever. Because you got to give in order to receive. So if you say, hey, we're opening back up, we're giving the COVID-19 15% off, 10% off, whatever you need to do to get it going. Okay, they're going to appreciate it. Because remember, your customers, your clients, they suffering too.
But I think the key thing you mentioned, though, too, is the communication. I mean, it's free to communicate with these clients while everybody's at home. You can easily email them and say, hey, how are you doing? Or call them or something.
Right. If you have that, just touching base with them, you know, maybe sending out some hair words of encouragement. I know you can't get in the shop, but girl, all I can say is just make sure you wash it good, scrub it, put some conditioner on, and when we open up, I got you. You know, something, just some, maybe, you know, think of something. But again, you know, going back to that give to receive, think about doing you know, I don't want to say a re-grand opening, but just some type of customer appreciation, something as they're coming back in, because you want to thank them for waiting. Okay. Because, you know, some people are, I was listening to Pastor Jamal Bryant. He's talking about, look, this COVID, what's going on right now, this 14-day quarantine is going to make you go natural. It's going to force you to go natural. So, you know, if your technique is a natural hair, then maybe some of the girls start working on that. Whatever you just think about those things. What can you do unique, different? What kind of technique? What can you offer? You know, think about some rebranding things that you guys can do that's going to set you apart from that next salon down the street.
Perfect. And last question, I'll be respectful of your time. Chris Rangel asked, should I be pushing to prepare to hit it hard when it comes back, or keep the fires burning little by little and play the long game? So I guess you just back off totally and just say I'm doing nothing, or do you just little by little kind of?
No, keep doing. No, you want to stay relevant. No, don't do nothing now. Stay, keep doing, keep pressing on. You know, I mean, everybody gonna go hard after this.
Yeah,
everybody going hard. They're gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like, oh my God. You know, they're gonna be going hard till Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, they tell like, look, they done lost a month or so. You know, they're gonna be in it like it's gonna be crazy. But little by little, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, if you're able to put something out, it's okay. You know, to put a little message out here or there. Everybody online, everybody a preacher right now. Everybody, oh my goodness, everybody. I ain't seen so much prayer in all my life. It's so everybody pray. They're gonna put prayer back in the school. I'm telling you, they're gonna be in school. I know that's right after this. So, you know, everybody is, but it's okay. You know why? Because they're trying.
Yeah.
All right. They're trying. And you're going to be able to decipher the real from the fake. So don't worry, because what's done in the dark going to come to the light. So only the strong will survive. And that's my tagline. Only the strong will survive. So I want you all to be strong. I want you to stay faithful to your craft. I want you to perfect your craft in these 14 COVID-19 days, whatever you're doing. Okay. Put your strategy together, write out your plan. And when you hit it, I want you to hit me up. Say, hey, Dr. Kim, boy, I'm doing the doggone thing. Let's communicate. You never know. We may be able to collaborate with something, but let's stay connected, because we have to support one another. And that's going to be the biggest thing, that we continue to support one another. And right now, I need your support more than ever.
Yeah, I think the silver lining of this whole thing is that this will kind of show the good of social media and internet, because for a long time it was kind of like bashing people and arguing with each other. But right now, since people have to be in this medium, I think it'll force connection more. That a lot of these connections will go offline. People will have phone calls. They'll talk to each other more.
Oh, a person behind you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. My son. This is live again, so my son's in the office with me trying to get my attention.
Oh, okay. Hey. But yeah, it is. It's going to force everybody to I don't do all that social media. I don't be on there, but you have to now. This is a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
The way
Absolutely.
of life. So we have, we just have to adapt. But I thank you, Dow. Thank you for the opportunity, allowing me to share, and people can see this on YouTube. And please follow me, guys. I'm on Instagram at Kim McNair PR, or you can find me at KMP_Women on the Move. And I just started my new Instagram page, BWP INC. On Instagram. So start following that page, because that's where I'm going to be giving a lot of information on my leadership program for high school girls and for women in business, because that's what BWP is all about. It is all about helping women in business to connect them to resources, like-minded people to help you move your business and your brands forward. I do events not only just in Metro. I'm outside of Atlanta. I'm in Macon. I'm headed to Columbus and Augusta. So I'm doing empowerment events for women all over. My whole thing is to empower women throughout the state of Georgia. I'm not going to stop. I am not going to stop. Of course, I'm on Facebook, Dr. Kim McNair, Kim McNair Productions, Business Women Empowerment Project, WEP20 Leadership. I got a lot of platforms on Facebook. Of course, as you see, I'm here on LinkedIn. But as I do things, I'm gonna put it out. Hopefully, you guys can come to an event and support me, and I'll come out and support you, or whatever. Just share. It's all good.
Yep. I appreciate that. And the end of everything, Randy Anita, PhD, she said, yes, support one another. So she's also in a support train. Yay. So thank you, everybody, for joining us for today. We'll have another episode tomorrow, and wash your hands. Be safe.
Wash your hands.
And then just understand this is going to pass. This is another event where we get to kind of see what happens on the tail end of it, but this will pass. But thank you guys for tuning in.
We'll get our hair and our nails done.
We will see you next time. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.